Before we get into what this document says, you need to understand what it is. A Tactical Response Report, or TRR, is an official Chicago Police Department form that must be filed after every single use of force incident. It goes to oversight, it's used in investigations, it's used in lawsuits, it is a legal document, and signing one with false information is a serious offense. Before we get into what this document says, you need to understand what it is. A Tactical Response Report, or TRR, is an official Chicago Police Department form that must be filed after every single use of force incident. It goes to oversight, it's used in investigations, it's used in lawsuits, it is a legal document, and signing one with false information is a serious offense. With that in mind, let's look at what was filed the night Krystal Rivera died. Here's the timeline you need to keep in your head. June 5th, 2025, Officer Rivera is shot inside an apartment building at 8210 South Drexel Avenue. Her partner Carlos Baker fired the shot. June 6th, the Chicago Police Department publicly releases a statement confirming that Officer Baker discharged his weapon and fatally struck Officer Rivera. That statement went out to every major news outlet in Chicago. The entire city knew. And then, June 6th at 5:31 in the morning, a supervisor named Sergeant Rigoberto Tovar, star number 2027, signed Rivera's official Tactical Response Report. This is TRR number 2-025-03021. It was filed for Officer Rivera. Look at the top. Date of incident, June 5th, 2025. Address, 8210 South Drexel Avenue. Involved member, Rivera, Krystal. So far so good. Now let's go to page 2, the narrative section. This is where the supervisor is required to describe what happened, the use of force incident, the subject's actions, the member's response. Here is what Sergeant Tovar wrote, and I'm reading this directly from the official document. Well, Sergeant Tovar #2027 is completing this TRR on behalf of Officer Rivera #19020, who was killed as a result of the subject's action. The involved member, while on duty and wearing a ballistic vest with a Chicago police badge, approached an unknown subject. The unknown subject discharged a firearm at the involved member, causing a fatal injury. The unknown subject, not Officer Baker, an unknown subject, filed on June 6th, the same day CPD publicly admitted Baker fired the shot. Now look at the top of that same page. There's a section called Viewed Before Completing Report. 3 checkboxes. BWC, body-worn camera. In-car video. Other. All 3 boxes are checked. None. Sergeant Tovar signed this report without watching a single second of footage. Now let's look at the other TRR filed for the same incident. TRR number 2025-03017. This one is Baker's, filed for the same night, same address, same event number, and here it correctly identifies Carlos Baker as the discharging member. 1 shot fired, Smith & Wesson M&P. Firearm discharge, member fired first. Everything is documented correctly on Baker's report. So on the same night, the same department filed 2 documents about the same shooting, one correctly naming Baker as the shooter, the other calling the shooter an unknown subject. These 2 documents cannot both be true. And they were both signed and reviewed by Deputy Chief Daniel O'Connor, star number 605, on June 7th at 11:53 in the morning. Why does this matter? Because Rivera's family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against both Baker and the Chicago Police Department. Official documents are evidence. A TRR that misidentifies the shooter, filed hours after the department publicly admitted who fired, is the kind of document that lawyers scrutinize in discovery. Rivera's attorney, Antonio Romanucci, has already stated publicly that he does not have confidence the investigation is being handled fairly. He has stated that the footage released by COPA does not represent all of the body cam video from that night, and he has noted at least one discrepancy between footage his team viewed privately and what was released to the public. The TRR is one more piece of that larger picture. I want to be clear, no one has been charged with filing a false report. Sergeant Tovar has not been accused of any crime, but the document exists, the timeline exists, and the questions it raises have not been answered by anyone in an official capacity. Officer Krystal Rivera was 36 years old. She had been with the Chicago Police Department for 4 years. She was a mother. The COPA investigation into her death is still ongoing. Carlos Baker has not been charged with any crime. The wrongful death lawsuit filed by her family is still active in Cook County Court. I will be covering every development in this case as it happens. The lawsuit, the investigation, and every document that gets released. If you want to follow along, subscribe, because this story is far from over.